Hello, this is another one. This is slightly different. Is one that is less messed about, less complicated. The pages were cut out of an old box folder that somebody threw away, and basically just bound them together with double-sided tape. In the concertina edges of the pages, they're all just stuck to each other basically, and it seems to hold very well, so I was quite pleased with that. And I kept all the surrounds in its original beige cardboardy kind of style because I liked it, and I particularly like this cover. And this was just a bit of paper making with various layers of tissue paper. Well, mostly is tissue paper. There are some other scraps in it as well. Just basically layer upon layer upon layer, some colour trapped between the layer, and this is what just happened to result in. The book, I decided this time to keep it simpler, and on the left hand side I have photographs that somebody else took that I saw in magazines and I liked. So the left is all other people's work and on the right is my work. So this was the first fun photograph that I found, and on the right hand side is one of my doodles that I did in my iPad, and I printed it and used it here. And this is an old photo I took of my daughter many years ago when I was just beginning to use Photoshop and use all the fancy filters. This was a solarization one, stuff that now I never really do anymore, but I think everybody has to go through that process of trying all these different filters, and it's it was good fun. It was a complete discovery. And just bits of journaling. So that's my right hand side page, and the next page, this was an old image of a Mexican girl that I took from a 1961 National Geographic, and the print quality I really liked. It was a classic. The colours were classic of that era, which I really liked. And on the right hand side is a gouache drawing I did a long time ago, and I just had it in a drawer, and I thought, well, I'll use it for something. Actually is the original one. Gouache has always been my favourite medium. Ooh, isn't that easy? This is one of my ladies, printed out on a document, and a decoupaged CD that my friend Cass made for me, and I just put it there. I thought it looked good with my lady. This is an old lino image, lino cut print. Again, very old stuff. This is something I found that I thought it was pretty disgusting, and I had to put it somewhere to show how awful some people thinking is. Oh, and that's Kate Bush, by the way. This is a very simple photograph, which I adore. It's a fence and a bush, a tree in the snow, and that's it. Very minimalistic and very subtle and beautiful. Tissue paper print. an abstract composition. Again, did it in my iPad and printed it. And they're lovely. Another iPad doodle. I think this photograph is just fabulous. I'll walk by a little piece of shade on the wall, just a few inches square, and I think it's beautiful, like a piece of Mozart. How lovely is that? Actually, I think you say Mozart. One of my paint. Well, actually, this was a photograph to which I applied a filter in Photoshop called Cutout, which is one of my favourite filters, which I still use a lot. And it just really completely transformed an image. From probably a landscape or something like that, I got all these shapes, and of course I just saw a face, which I normally do. I always see faces in shapes, so I thought, why don't I paint over the print, and I did with gouache, and this is the end result. So the Cutout filter is one that I really recommend because it's just so much fun. A little watercolor of a landscape. Now, how cool is that? Flying chairs. However they managed to fix them all together like that, I don't know. But isn't that different? Original? Love it. That's not one of my doodles, it's a postcard I found. But that is one of my doodles. A poem in Gaelic. More minimalistic photographs of reeds in the snow. Trees in the snow. One of my ladies. A collage of my doodles. Again, it's all iPad work. I just like this quaint old-fashioned image of domestic bliss. Washing in the oldies, in the 50s. I've always had a fascination for hanging out washing. Doodle. An old photograph of Iona, the island of Iona. Cathedral taken a long time ago. I think there's only one more page. Look at this picture of ducks, and they're all sort of smudged. You just guess them. You can just tell that's what they are by their neck. Isn't that wonderful? I love photography like that. In fact, this they were part of an article called "Pushing the Boundaries" in a magazine of a photography magazine, and I certainly think pushing the boundaries is always a worthwhile thing to do. And I think that was my last page. Thank you. Bye.